Good evening, folks. Red County, Blue Nation, West Cliff, Colorado. Great country of the United States of Americans. Stephen Rorick, James McMahon, Michael Boring. Jimmy, how are you this evening, buddy?
We're doing good. It's kind of a warm one today.
Well, it is. It's funny how one day we're going, oh, I'm too cold, and the next day, oh, I'm too hot. So,
Well, you were down in Canyon, though, weren't you?
I was down in Canyon. Yeah, it was like 100 down there.
So when you got up here, you had to put your coat on. Not
Uh,
quite. But we got it pretty good up here, but man, it is intense.
Kind of trying to load a load of little bales, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you're out there messing with little bales, they get hot in a hurry.
You better have some tolerance.
Better have drank some water at some point.
Yeah. I know in San Joaquin Valley, when we were putting up hay, it'd be 105, 110 degrees. Sweat the shirt right off your back.
Yeah, and I never did carry a water bottle either. We'd just, whenever you were at the dinner table, you better get soaked up because,
No, we would freeze the gallon jars. Yeah, we'd have a whole bunch of, and it wouldn't stay frozen very, very long. But you'd try to get some in you.
at
But
least get a cold drink for a little bit. Huh?
yeah, but man, you'd have a salt ring around you, and I mean, people with all them cuts in their Levi's and stuff like that. That's fashionable now. Shit, I made those.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know it was fashionable. I thought, damn, that just comes from up and down and all around.
Yeah, it wasn't fashionable back then. Now it's like, damn, now the hay's getting on my leg. Of course, we always wore the leather bale aprons, leather chaps, but
Chaps and hay hooks is what we did.
hooks.
Hay chaps, hay hooks, and yeah. But we had mostly a lot of the stuff we did was 3-wire alfalfa.
I never did mess with them, and I'm glad too, because them.
I didn't see a 2-wire alfalfa until 1981 or so. And I went back east to Wisconsin. Man, I was winging them things. I'm like, dang, you bunch of sissies. This ain't a bale. This is half a bale.
Well, it is basically. And them 3 ties are like what, 120 or more?
Yeah, depending on what you're putting in it. But yeah, heavy alfalfa. Third cutting alfalfa, boy, can be tough. Real leafy, real dense. First cutting, little stemmy, little area. But yeah,
More pokey.
yeah. That third cut alfalfa, though, is sweet. Heavy, dense, soft, really good. Leafy, leafy, leafy. But yeah. Heck yeah. Back in the day. But yeah, people say, oh, I'd have just this collar left on around my neck. That's all you'd ever hit if you sweat your shirt off your back. Because you're just drenched. And you're turning all the time. Moving, moving, moving. You can't sweat the shirt off your back. Okay. I'm too fat and too old to do it now. And I'm not going to do it. But back in the day, yeah, that was just a given. And jet dark black tan.
Yeah.
Jet black tan. Yeah. That's why I still got long hair today, because I hated getting, you could get that burn on your neck, and you get a big sore right on the neck from the sun just beating down right there on it. That's redneck. Redneck. Some people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's people that don't consider to be Catholics, right? We have a whole different definition of redneck.
There you go.
But so, yeah, talking about trying to get on the subject here of the weather. Speaking of the weather, boy, it sure has getting dry around here, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to pray for rain. There's no doubt about it. We need some rain. We needed rain a month ago. We need a lot of it because it's now what we have is a lot of fuel that's growed up.
There's a lot of fuel.
So the fire danger to me now is when you put the band on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like anybody telling me, "Oh, you can't burn something," because I'm not going to burn something down. I'm going to take every precautionary measure, just like you guys did with the you did the Mortarmen thing with all the fireworks. There was no fire. There was nothing.
Kudos to the Mortarmen.
Kudos, yeah, and there's Mortarmen, absolutely. But yeah, we definitely owe a lot to what you guys done there. So.
No, that's everybody I'm talking to. I mean, there's somebody tried to say that it was too long, and I'm thinking, who actually in this world thinks that fireworks are too long? Usually, they're just over so quick that.
Well, you got to wait for the sun to go down, so that you get the maximum exposure and the contrast of all the kabooms. So that's one of the deals. So.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
But no, at the end of the day,
10 before we started.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a lot of the back room or the setup scenes. George is going to publish it, I think, if I can get it all to him next week. And you guys can see kind of how things were set up and strategically placed, and the kudos to the firemen that were there. They wet stuff down all around.
Yeah.
Jeremiah
and John Tillison, and then one of them kids' names was Winter. And then I'm not sure about the other kid's name.
Them youngins know who they are. Hopefully your heart's filled with warmth and in the good thing that you did, and we give you kudos. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean that's for a volunteer position on the 4th of July. I mean,
yeah,
could be in the crowd watching the fireworks.
Yeah, could have your feet up.
They're up there in their in their full-on gear.
Man, I'm telling you.
They was asking us, John was asking us, he's like, man, what do you guys use? And I'm like, a pair of safety glasses is that's all I need. I mean, I got my decent boots on in case a stupid-ass rattlesnake don't bite my ass. But
right.
Other than that, I mean, because I got to have my hands got to be clear so I can load them and do what I'm doing. And
yeah, you got to have that freedom.
Yeah, because they're like, well, do you want a big old hood? And I'm like, man, I'm a welder. Basically a welder for part of my living, right? And so it's like,
yeah, absolutely,
a few sparklers, that ain't.
No, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
this will be all right.
Yeah. So,
yippers. But yeah, beautiful little community we got up here. We're thankful for all the patriots that showed up, and Steve, thank you, and all the work that you guys put into that. How many shots went up? Was it like 8,000?
Over 8,000.
Over 8,000. Yeah, that's a big deal. That was like $20,000 worth of.
Well, it was 15, and then the $4,000 worth of insurance. So the insurance was $82 a minute.
Oh, it was $82 a minute on the insurance. So when you guys are donating, don't just think it's all a bunch of gravy, because there's some liability and stuff that goes along with that.
Well, yeah. So one of them cakes, right? I mean, it's like basically it's $1 for everything or more for every one that you see, right? So, I mean, if you throw a 20 in there, I mean, that only lasts for a couple seconds. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, you get a little price comparison on how much bang you get for your buck.
Yep. Literally.
I'll just put it that way. How much bang do you get for your buck? So, yeah, at the end of the day, heck yeah.
No, that was, and this time the way that we had it, we kind of organized it a little better. You know, last year at the Dome was kind of our first time with some of that stuff. We had it all down on the ground. This year, all my mortars and stuff were up on tables, so I could see what I was doing, but I was able to at least watch part of it last year.
Getting better every year.
I didn't get to see none of it last year.
Right,
I was
but
just
getting
looking down.
Absolutely getting better every year. So keep up the support. We appreciate you guys. I know you guys do extremely.
Yeah.
Because you guys were a little bit stretched out with all the. I was like, man, we need some money coming up in here now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got I don't know what had happened last year, but Dick and Audrey Sternberg, they didn't have a chance to see the show last year, so we were trying to feed them some video. So they donated $2,000, and they've already committed to donating $5,000 next year. So I mean,
yeah,
we got people's attention.
Yep, absolutely. Getting a little bit more horsepower, and in the consistency with the individuals that are showing up to put this on, as opposed to who used to put it on. I mean, I think Jeff Holmberg
So all
said
the,
some stuff about being a volunteer fire department.
yeah, all
and
the
some of that
all the
stuff.
firefighter guys used to do it, but now the problem with that, right, is, and so I mean, in my opinion, we're putting on almost as good a show as what they're putting on, or maybe even, for sure, a lot more shots. But they would have the bigger mortars, and so now you have to be trained and certified and licensed with the ATF and the Colorado Bureau of Investigations to light off a 4 or 6 inch mortar. And so, I mean, we just have a heck of a lot more shots,
You bet.
even though that it's consumer grade. I mean, our fireworks supplier, he knows what's up. These are basically the best fireworks, in my opinion, that's probably made
Absolutely.
for the residential grade, the 1.4 consumer grade fireworks. So yeah, it was.
So yeah, kudos to you guys. I'm glad nobody got hurt. Everything went off. I don't know how many people were there. I don't know if anybody got a count on it, but I did a like a panoramic up by the water towers, looking down on all the cars and the people, the hot dog stand, lottie-dottie, and the barbecue. It was a pretty big shindig.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many thousands of people. I'm just going to say it was more than 2,000, less than 50,000. But there was a lot of people. And then I'm listening to other people that said, we didn't leave our house. We were able to see it and hear it from where we were at. And we had 30, 40 people over. You know? So it really was exponential. So yeah, that was a good time held by a lot of folks. So.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, and hopefully we can get there. I mean, it's all it takes is money, but we'd like to do a New Year's Eve fireworks show.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, if there was ever a year to celebrate on America getting back on her feet, not knowing all the ins and outs of everything, but on the surface, it looks like we're definitely headed in the right direction. And it would be a heck of a celebration saying that was a great last year, and we have greater expectations for the coming year. And to celebrate that pivotal point, I think the New Year's would be a cool thing.
I think so, and because we got, there's some people that have expressed, that would talk about liking to be the premier
Sponsor?
Kudos to Westcliff Concrete. They were our premier sponsor this year. Lee Hostetler and Matt Troyer.
Yeah.
They ponied up
Lee and Matt, thank you guys. That's pretty good deal. They ponied up quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Yeah, they donated $3,000.
$3,000 on the concrete boys. Westcliff, is it Westcliff Concrete?
Yeah, Westcliff Concrete, yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, that was, we appreciate everybody that puts money in them little boxes or whatever. But
nickels and dimes add up.
But at the end of the day, they don't, right?
So
like
right.
maybe we got like 2,000 total out of all the little fireworks boxes, and so it's like, that don't even cover half the insurance policy. So it's the big donors that, and the 250s and the 500s add up, but the
nickels and dimes.
It all adds up, but it takes so much. Kudos to the country store though too. They had the biggest
jar.
Yeah, twice we dumped out. There was like $350 in it each time. So
$700 from people going to the country store. Kudos to the country store and their patrons.
Yep. Yeah,
absolutely.
And then, oddly enough, like at the bowling alley, there was only $2 in that the whole time. But Dick and Audrey, they made up for that. So
yeah, absolutely.
No, and we had some out of town sponsors. Pueblo, there's a couple builders from Pueblo that have houses up here that really enjoyed, and so last year I believe they donated 1,000, and this year they went to 1,500, and so
good deal.
But,
a lot of people, you know who you are. You're just the quiet heroes. So.
Yeah, and so we're gonna, we're doing our best to.
But I think doing maybe an advertisement sheet of some sort.
Yeah, we're gonna put in the paper who donate, or the donors over 250, because them are the ones that we can keep track of. The small ones,
Oh, you can't.
There's no way to
if
donate.
you're just throwing a buck in, buck
Yeah.
here, buck there. But
Yeah, there's no way to tell. If you put it in one of the donation jars, we can't tell who put it in there.
now, I guess my stupid businessman mind, is there a tax write-off thing involved in it?
There is, so that's a 501c3, so that's all tax deductible,
Okay.
charitable donation. So, and we put, so anybody that donated, right, we have the slips.
Right.
The Mortarman has the 501c.
So you can take that off your gross.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Good. Well, I think that's a pertinent thing.
Well, it is.
And then being able to advertise that, so you're spending your money in the community, you're celebrating. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I
you
think
can
that's
either give it to the Mortarmen or you can give it to Uncle Sam and give it to the Democrats. They're just going to blow it. Or either that or we can have fireworks.
there you go. Really nice way of looking at it.
I mean, it ain't 100% deductible, but
It is what it
it
is.
is what it is.
Absolutely.
No, so yeah, we appreciate everyone. And I mean, not trying to toot my own horn, but it was pretty fun.
No, absolutely.
I'm
I had to go home early and
I'm up on the hill, and Josh and I were up there, and he lit it like 4 or 5 of them cakes off at once, and I'm looking up and I'm going, huh. There's like hundreds of explosions at the same time. Maybe not quite that many, but at least like 40 or 50 shots going off at the same time. And I told him, I said, dude, we better time it out a little bit. We're going to be done in 10 minutes.
yeah, we'll be home by 9, whatever, 11.
No, so, I mean, we stretched it out about what we were looking for. I mean, the video I had was about 55 minutes or something. Some people said close to an hour or whatever. I mean,
It was a bunch.
for me, I think that's about right. I mean, a lot of times fireworks are like, it's done in 15 minutes. And then big ones are cool, but there was some of them cakes, man. I mean, them cakes were,
Absolutely extravaganto.
man, when
I
they,
watched some videos of all of it because a few people videoed the whole thing.
so I have a video.
Startling.
I have a video of my phone laying flat on the table, looking right up underneath them. Boom, 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 boom.
There you have it.
We tried to have a GoPro view of launching out of the tubes, but I didn't have it set right. So like after 10 minutes or something, it shut off. But
Well, you guys had a drone out there. I mean, there's several people taking high quality camera pictures that I was watching. Shane Dean was one of them.
yeah, Shane did a nice job.
Shane did it. Thank you, Shaner. We
There was
love you.
another-
You know we
another-
do.
Another professional drone guy. I can't remember what his name was, but
I don't either. He's Kevin's good friend. They're both building houses at the same time and work at the same company. Kind of cool. Kevin's right across the street from me. And it was his phone I was using to do some of that. So that was kind of cool.
yeah,
Good energy.
it was, like I said, there's no use getting like, oh, I'm so important, I lit them off. But it's like when everybody's like, yeah. And I told Josh, I said, because we're just like, let's light some more, right? And I told him, I said, man, give them a split second, let them all go crazy. As soon as they quit popping, then you could just hear everybody erupt.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So we better start talking about the weather manipulation and kind of some of the weird stuff that's going on. And I'm not really up to date on all of that. I kind of got a gist of it. I watched a few videos on that 125-year-old killed from Rainmaker. He's the CEO of that.
Yeah, and so for me, I've been studying this stuff, folks, for a long time. I've watched a lot of videos. I've watched it live time. So like one of the biggest ones was what happened in North Carolina, right? You could literally see these Doppler radars firing and steering that storm. And so what they're doing is they're building these Doppler radar stations with, I can't even remember, like 200 times more watts than they need to do the weather, right? So it's like they're almost
Interjecting.
yeah, they are. They're broadcasting, right? They're not just
Looking at what's going on, they're actually dictating the storm.
They are. And you can see, there's videos on the internet all over the place of these storms, these radars firing that cause and steering these
When
storms.
we watched that video, you sent me that video, and it was unbelievable of how it started, and then and you just keep seeing these influences of interjection of stuff, and marched it right through.
I mean, I
And I don't know how crazy.
They're talking like 1.4 trillion watts.
That's a bunch.
I mean, it's so much electricity that's
So when
going in the air.
when lightning hits, it shakes the rain out. When lightning hits, you hear the thunder. Here comes the rain. Boom. That's what shook it out.
So this kid that's doing the cloud seeding, I mean, you know, we were watching a video earlier about they're trying to maybe get after him about causing some of that stuff in Texas, and I guess that could be partially true, but I don't believe all of that. And here's why, right? Because you watch them storms, a normal storm, right? I mean, they get real intense or whatever, but they move, right? And so, I mean, that's what happened in North Carolina, right? That son of a gun.
That thing marched.
Well, and it got up there and it stopped. And then it just went
Unloaded.
And that's what happened to him in Texas. That storm got really intense, and then it just stopped in that area. And that's what I mean. They're steering these storms with this electricity. And all of the stuff is out there. I mean, if you Google it, it's probably going to tell you that it's a huge conspiracy theory, right? But if you dig deep enough, it's all there, right?
There's some pretty intimate interviews.
Why would you be putting that much electricity into a Doppler radar if you don't need it?
And I think some of that's getting defunded.
Well, and the problem is that they're already built. So I mean,
Takes a little money though to whip out that many watts. But yeah, you're right.
I mean,
The cow's already out the barn.
yeah. So I mean, what's the only thing that's going to stop them from doing it again are the people that are actually controlling it. That's back to what we've been talking about the whole time. You know, has Trump? In my opinion, I mean, I know it's a big ship to steer, but they ain't getting much done. And that kind of goes back to, I know this is a little bit but so it goes back to the 15-minute cities too. Like why would these people be doing that, right? So in North Carolina, it's all the rare earth minerals underneath that area. In Maui, it's the 15-minute city. That's what they're talking about down here too. Wherever these huge, that's what happened with LA, with the big fires in LA. These are all, they're all clearing it for what's going to be the 15-minute city, folks. 15-minute city means that you will live, work, and recreate all within 15 minutes of where you live. You don't have a car. You don't have anything. You basically eat and sleep and work in the same building.
And if you want to see one, I believe Fort Collins and a few other places up north, they've already developed them. They already got it going on. People are embracing it. But most people...
But I don't think they have, I mean, like the hardcore big ones, I mean, you're talking about 300, 200, 300 stories, right? Where they're all just in one building. And you basically don't ever even leave the building.
So there's a point where you graduate from socially acceptable 15-minute city. You got your own house. You got your daycare. You got your school. You got your grocery store. You got your doctor. Everything is consolidated right there.
All in
not in one building right now. Although I'm sure they do, because I know China does.
That's what they're after, though.
That's what they're after.
That's the epitome of a 15-minute city, is to basically have it all in one building, where you never leave that building.
Yeah.
And if you're like in China, they weld the door shut.
Bangarang.
But yeah, so I mean, do I think that the cloud seeding, I mean, they've been cloud seeding for a long time, and they've been manipulating the weather a long time too. But from my knowledge of the cloud seeding, right, the cloud seeding is just dumping a particle in there for the water molecule to attract to and condense around, and it forms a droplet, and then that droplet precipitates. That's basically what cloud seeding is that you're taking that silver iodine and blowing that in the atmosphere, and them little charged particles attract water, and it makes a droplet, and then it'll go ahead and fall out.
Gets it heavy enough.
But that's completely different than steering these storms electronically.
There's a
electric.
huge difference.
Yeah.
One is seeding, the other one is almost just hurting it and
Manipulation, yeah.
manipulation
Yeah.
to a point where it's criminal.
Well, and that's what causes Santa Ana winds too, right? I mean, that whole
Oh, buddy.
and they've been talking about that for a long time. A lot of these wildfires that happen in California have to do with these. I mean, so when you're out on the front of this storm, if you have an eye over here, but like 100 miles away, you have this wind that is just uncontrollable. And that's what a better way to just throw a match into it, and then you have a forest fire of epic proportions.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't going to think that other people are that sinister to.
Well, most people are like, "Nah, they can't control the weather." That's man. They've been. Roosevelt said, "Those who control the weather control the world." So I mean, how long?
So after World War II, it really got. I think 1947 is when they really kicked off. But they also used it pretty dramatically in Vietnam. They said, "Cause let's make mud."
They're still doing it, just like the Iranian guy went down in the helicopter. Like it's clear weather, and all of a sudden you hit a storm system that takes your chopper down. And that was just whatever. What was it, a year or two ago or whatever?
Yeah. Somebody said, "We'll show him down. We'll just shut him down."
Yeah, and so I mean, they can make this stuff happen at will.
Yeah. Well, they need to make it rain here.
Well, and that's
Actually, we'll do without it. We'll just let God do His thing.
so probably what's going to happen when it does rain. It'll rain so hard that it's just going to wash the living
Run
hell out of
off.
things. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, the thing
which
is,
that's better than nothing. But
yeah, but you got to, yeah. Oh, yeah.
we're in bad shape right now.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I'm out there checking on cows and walking in pasture there was no crush. You know, when you're walking on things, it's limber and green. You don't hear crush, crush, crush. Now the crush, crush, crush is here. So it's so dry, it's gone.
Yeah, south of the house there, what we call the Schoolhouse 80. When we turned cattle in there, that was all green and about 1.5 feet tall, and they've ate it off, and now it's like about 2 inches tall and completely brown. I could see it from the water towers when we were lighting the fireworks. I'm like, ooh. So the hay meadow where we got a little irrigating water kind of held it out. It's still sort of green there, but boy, where we didn't get any water on that pasture, it's completely just. I mean, it's dead. It looks like it's within November or December with no snow. It's deader than a doornail.
So a lot of folks were saying that we're going to get the monsoons showing up. You know, the monsoons they predict the monsoons are going to show up. Well, I ain't seen one.
Nope.
We got early rain.
Which we never usually get.
Never.
Which saved our ass, right? Because there wasn't enough ditch water to do anything.
No.
So I mean, and that's the dangerous.
Not enough snowpack.
That's the dangerous part too. Is we got enough rainwater to make grass. There's a lot of fuel on the ground, and it's.
Ooh, buddy.
I mean, it looks like it's green, but it'll still just burn like that.
A lot of oil in it. It'll go up real fast.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a little bit of wind.
Yeah, I mean, well, we can see the trees. Trees are moving right now, so.
So we just hope to God that.
Yeah, we don't have.
Any fire.
Yeah, somebody doesn't do something dumb.
Yeah.
Tip over charcoal briquettes or.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that the weather. During the fireworks, the fire ban wasn't on. If it's not on right now, I have no idea why not, because I mean it's a
they had it.
box.
They had it on. Things were green. Things were raining, and you couldn't burn. Now stuff's growed up after that rain, and it's drier than a popcorn fart. Okay, you can go burn now. Just saying. I'm just a real simple person. It's like, no, if it's green and tender and it's not probably going to burn, now it's popcorn dry. It's going to go up like a match head.
Yeah, and man, I mean, the wind, 10, 15 mile an hour wind every day and 85 degrees. You know, I can remember back in the day that it would never get over like 75.
Right.
And now it's, the other day it was like 86. That's pretty hot for up here.
Real hot.
With the 10, 15 mile an hour wind, it, what little bit of moisture is there, it blows it, just sucks it right out. So
anyways, with the rain manipulation, folks, you owe it to yourselves to educate you on your. Look into it. There's plenty out there. There's a lot of
a real good website to look at is, the gentleman's name is Dane Wigington. I think it's geoengineeringwatch.org.
There's quite a bit on Facebook too.
So,
but the garden's growing really good. I mean, it's hot. If you keep water on your garden, boy, you're getting some. Got plenty of energy out there making carrots and cabbage, potatoes, lettuce, arugula, onions, beets.
So, I mean, if you listen to what Dane Wigington's talking about, I mean, he has the proof of what's going on. They're spraying 23 million ton of nano aluminum in the air every year to try to stop this so-called global warming. And I mean, all they're doing, folks, is just killing everything. It's killing the trees. It's killing the marine life. It's killing us. I mean, what I've been seeing, they said there wouldn't be Alzheimer's if they weren't spraying that. And people that are not educated, they're like, well, aluminum in the air, don't you know? And it's like, man, aluminum has a -3 valence, right? So it bonds, right? So for it to be, they have to process it and make it into aluminum, right? It's not the raw aluminum.
Right.
Aluminum
naturally, it's not going to be too bad.
Yeah, it's hooked to rocks.
It's hooked to rocks.
It's not in the air.
Right.
And so what they've done is, after they stabilize it by making what we know as aluminum, and then nanoparticle in that,
Nano it.
23 million ton per year.
I mean, that just has to come to an end, Mr. Trump. Anybody out there that's, look into it yourselves, but write a letter. Educate yourselves, because we live in some pretty crazy times. Not only politically, but when you look at what they're doing. And I was the most, oh no, they ain't doing it. There's no way they're doing that. And then I was like, oh my God. You watch an interview with the person that's actually doing it. Flying the airplane,
So, yeah,
loading it up and flying the airplane.
Just Google Dane Wigington, D-A-N-E, W-I-G-I-N-G-T-O-N, Dane Wigington. Geoengineering Watch Global Alert News, May 4th, 2024, number 456. And it's only got 25,000 views. It's asinine, right? You can get more stupid ass. You get some stupid bullshit on TikTok, some really stupid shit, just getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views in 2 days, and the whole damn planet, they're trying to sabotage the whole planet, and there's only 25,000 views. So I mean, that's really, folks, where the rubber hits the road there. I mean, they're doing it to us, but nobody wants to pay attention. Oh, it's all conspiracy theory, but it ain't, right? I mean, they're doing it. There's no need for it, right? But that's,
Florida has banned a whole bunch of it. Tennessee has banned a whole bunch of it. A few other states have legislation going in.
The problem is it doesn't matter if they ban it or not, right? Because it flies through the air, right? So you ban it in your state, and it just flies in from the next state over, or the next country.
That's absolutely right.
The whole atmosphere is already so
contaminated.
Yeah, it's.
So I mean, the whole.
I mean, according to what Dane says, he says 90% of the marine life's already dead. When you're talking about the coral and that kind of stuff.
Man, that's just. We got our work cut out for us.
Geoengineeringwatch.org, folks, check it out. And I mean, everybody's like, well, it's a contrail. Okay, well, I mean, the raw science behind that is, like, on a cold winter day when you can see your breath, like, and you go
condensation.
Right. So that's what they're saying.
Contrail.
Condensation. Yeah. So I mean, you can
Hot is meeting cold.
You can check it yourself by blowing that out. And where I'm going with this is, have you ever seen your breath just sit there for like 4 or 5 hours?
It dissipates.
No, it's gone in 2-3 seconds. That's the same way that them jet engines, the condensation from them is no different.
If there's upper level atmosphere, there's cold, there's hot meeting,
The
you're
thing
going to
is
get contrails.
What you see in the contrail is it's not condensation. It's the spray. Now it's straight in the jet fuel. I mean, they used to have these nozzles on on them planes that would do it. Now it's right in the jet fuel.
Oh, everybody's included now.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So President Trump, you probably need to be looking at this. Somebody needs to be figuring it out. Any Nimrod that's allowing that to happen.
When nobody knows about it. That's why when the gentleman has only got 25,000 views and that was a video from 2024, and some Nimrod on some stupid ass TikToker can get 1 million views in one day from being just dumber than a pet coon, like, boy, that's the great world we live in.
Well, it just shows the culture that we live in, mentality. People aren't vigilant about situation awareness and what's going on, and there's care factors like zero.
But I mean,
situation awareness is like zero.
How many people have to die, right? And I mean,
apparently a whole bunch.
If you look at the battle of good versus evil, evil's not done with her job till they're all dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I thought it was fitting that we should talk about the weather a little bit. Another big thing that come out too that I've been watching, and it's kind of hard to wrap my head around, is what's going on with Trump and the Epstein files. How they're trying to keep that, Elon's trying to say, well, you don't want to release it because you're in on it. According to Roger Stone, that's not the case. I mean, Roger Stone's, he's been around that deal quite a bit. But according to what I was watching, Dr. Joe Brown, and so I did send a link to Mike, and so we can post that. We'll post that video. I think that's a good one to get up on the Red County website. They're talking about how Trump is using that information to blackmail the globalist and try to keep them half-ass in line. Because, I mean, there's a lot of information there. And it basically, so this is the interestingest.
You got to extort the extortioners.
Well, and so it goes back to, right, it's all sex. It's all about sex. And it's the craziest damn thing. So there's been sex operatives ever since that it was ever happened. Right, so I was talking with some special forces guys over at the feed store here a week or two ago playing cards, right? And these guys, active 10th Division. I mean, I don't know all the stuff, but bad boys, right? And we were talking, and we had started the discussion about women in the military. And one gentleman says, "Well, I think anybody that wants to serve has the right to serve," and I don't disagree with that. But what I do. Where I had something to say with it was there's a certain distraction level there, right? If a woman is hot, if she's attractive sexually, it's just a man. It's a human male's intuition. His first. I mean, it just is what it is. You look at her and you say, "Man, she's hot," right? So right there, you're already. Already distracted, and we're supposed to be in a military position watching each other's lives, and we're distracted about how hot this chick is. So that whole sex operative, the sex operatives, we know it's been happening forever, right? I mean, you send in a woman spy, she goes to bed with these operatives, especially after they get, loosened up, particularly with liquor or whatever kind of recreational substances that exist, right? Whether it's smoking or drinking or whatever
that might get you off your discipline.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just inherent for a male to let his guard down around a woman. And so that whole thing, and that's what they were talking about. That's what Judge Joe Brown, that was on this interview with Alex Jones, about how what they've done is they've taken these people that are weak, in particular these super high sex drive individuals, which most of them are in the political positions, and extorting them. That's what Epstein Island was all about. It's like, okay, you freakball son of a bitch. We got a lot of dirt on you, man, because you can't keep it in your pants.
Well, it comes down to extortion,
and that's where So according to what these guys were theorizing, is that the reason that they haven't released all these files is because they're using it to blackmail the people that are in there.
You know, and you have to use every tool and every advantage when you're fighting the devil like we are. Hand-to-hand combat, fighting the devil himself. And he's manifested all throughout this government. So I'd have to say the wisdom that they're using is probably... I think some people have the country at heart. And their thoughts and their actions and their ideas are established around that. They have the love for country and love for God. And they're combating people that hate the country and really despise anything to do with God. And they're in the flesh. They're very carnal. And I could see that could very well be a tool that you could use to...
It doesn't even have... You don't even have to hate the country, right? You just have to be a whoremonger, right? You can't control your desire.
Right. You're serving the flesh. You have no discipline.
And so what do? They catch you on video, Diddy, with your three semi-loads of baby oil. So, I mean, that's whether we like it or not. But so, I mean, back to that conversation of what we were having. And there's just, you know, the special forces gentleman was talking about, like, and because he said he's seen some bad bitches, right? Some really women that...
Lethal military girls, women.
But most of the time, like, it's a man's thing, right? So if you hear a woman scream, it's that carnal instinct to be drawn to that, or to try to help, try to save, right? So if you got a woman that's screaming because she just got shot next door, and so you're automatically distracted and from doing your job. If it was another guy, I mean, it's just the way it is, and it's what do you say? It's hardwired from the factory.
It's built in at the factory. You have natural compassion for women and children and things that can't protect themselves. And it does put you at a disadvantage as opposed to a fellow military man. You have a different expectation from him. It's like, no, you keep fighting, I'm going to be okay. Woman, you have that natural, strong desire to go protect and help.
Yeah.
And it is, to me, it's asinine. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jet fighter pilots, some of the women are the best in the world. That is that's a different deal. That's different. In my mind.
Well, and it is. I mean, it's a different scenario, but for me, right, it's still...
I don't like any of it.
It's breeding contempt, right? I mean, what you're doing is distraction. Like, okay, if some girls want to be, if women want to be in the military or whatever, then have it just straight women. Have them, they got their own battalion, they got their own barracks, they got their own base, they got their own that, so that you don't have that distraction. And that's my feeling.
Just like, what was it, the Tuskegee? What was the black airmen that were very... I mean, they were segregated. They weren't mixed in with everybody.
So, I mean, I know
So anyways, absolutely. So to keep the prejudice at a minimum, I like what you're saying. Is if you have that...
yeah, because it's not... I'm not being prejudiced at all. This is human instinct, right?
The prejudice... The conflict of view is already established. It's built in at the factory. There's already a conflict of view of what's going on there. And you could try to ignore it, but you're not going to. It's not going to happen.
So, yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah, to me, nurses, background, computer stuff, but in the foxhole or out in the... No.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in the same marching line and doing push-ups and running rucksacks and doing
No,
all
no,
that
no,
stuff.
no. Well, not only that, then you got these homosexual... I mean, then there's a whole nother wave of perversion as opposed to the purity of a,
Well, because that
alpha man.
that's another thing too, right? So the guy that's supposed to be watching your back is actually thinking about trying to kiss you. I mean, how distracted is he? How can he really do his job if he's distracted, if he's sexually attracted? If he's sexually attracted to the people that he's working with.
That's why the purity of the creation of what's built in at the factory naturally. In here again, and I'm not going to be politically correct, you need to get your head screwed on right if you're, you got them kind of tendencies. You need to figure out how to fix yourself.
Well,
In my opinion, and I don't care if I hurt your feelings at all. Because this ain't about, I hurt your feelings. No, instruction is our life. It's instruction that is our life. And good instruction will keep you alive. Compromised instruction will get you dead. And I think that's what we've done, is we've compromised that environment where we're mixing women, men, and then you got some homosexual stuff going on there. No. Go figure out something else you can do.
Well, yeah,
don't serve the country.
it's the whole 9 yards. Now all of a sudden, whatever that funny little son of a bitch was that was the head of the nuclear,
Oh, Lord.
and then was stealing people's luggage at the airports. Like,
He's perverted. He wasn't even in his right mind, and he's in charge of disposing hazardous, toxic weapons.
so yeah, I mean, this whole.
Good God.
Are we trying to be racist? No, but at the end of the day, how safe is it to have someone that's in that position that you're relying on with your life?
That has basically no truth or reality or natural... I don't even know how to put it. I mean, it's so absurd that we even have to talk about it. It's like, really? But at the end of the day, it's perversion against what's right. I mean, what's holy, what's godly, what makes things right.
I mean, I never went in the military, and there was a specific reason why, right? I mean, the way I grew up having to take care of myself, and I had to perform, and I had to do it on my own, and I didn't take orders from nobody because there was nobody to take orders from. I did it on my own. I didn't listen to somebody else tell me what to do. I figured it out. So that's why I never went into the military. I had a lot of friends, a lot of military guys that wanted me to go to, and because I wanted to, right? I could have easily flown a jet, man. I mean, the way that I can run machinery, it would have just been second nature. I could have been easy money, right? But I never did that because I felt that I would probably get in trouble authority-wise listening to someone try to tell me what to do that didn't know what they were talking about. And so I didn't go into the military for that reason. But
I kind of share that. I took ROTC in high school 2 years, thinking I was going to get drafted. My brother-in-law was Major Ranger. Said, look, you're not going to do too good. Because if you are very independent and situational awareness and you're able to think for yourself.
well, and especially like,
I'm just saying.
I mean, and if it was wholeheartedly for the betterment of mankind, would be different.
Different story.
Yeah, totally different. But what you got is these little pencil necks trying to boss you around. Oh, hell, I outrank you. I'll tell you what to do. Well, you don't know if you're punched or bored, man, so you ain't.
You ain't telling me what to do.
Now all of a sudden we have this conflict of interest. But the whole concept for me...
Article 15 for you.
This whole concept of dressing up in high heels, right?
Stealing other women's clothes?
In the military, and I mean, I'm just like...
No, that's Farfignugan.
I'm so...
That is so far
offended,
out,
right?
Yeah.
Even though that I'm not a serviceman, right? I got a lot of friends that are.
Amen. Same here.
A lot of good friends, and I mean, I can only imagine how I would feel if I was an enlisted personnel, right? I mean, I would be
How
like,
insulting.
how insulting. I mean, I'm insulted. Like I said, I'm so insulted, and I'm not even there, right? I mean, I couldn't imagine.
But you can put yourself in their shoes.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's part of the empathy that we carry.
that's how much I care about. That's how big of a patriot I am. How much I care about my country, and how much I care about ideals. If you want to goddamn wear excuse my language, but if you want to damn wear high heels, that's all fine and dandy, and that ain't none of my business. But to try to force that on the men and women, the men and the service people of this country, I mean, that's makes me throw up in my mouth.
So, anyways, the enemy's rushed in. We've had to endure a lot of perversion and a lot of weirdness through the Biden administration. And when the enemy rushes in, there's a new standard that gets raised up. And I'm hoping that the Trump administration is that. But we the people need to get into the schools. We need to make sure that
It's we the people,
good
because
things.
I mean that's what the flyover conservatives. Everybody expects Trump to do it. Trump ain't gonna do it.
He's a good leader. He's an influencer.
He's
But
trying to
at the
do
end
the
of the
best-
day,
he's
we got to be on the school boards. We got to be commissioners.
He can't do it all.
No, we have got to get in political positions to influence and govern this nation for the future. And we see what the battle is now. If people can't muster up, that's why I want to get a class going so that people are educated on how to be a public servant and how important ethics are. And not compromising with the go along, get along cabal that gets established.
I mean, yeah, and that's a great idea, but for me, it's so much farther. Like, it doesn't even matter if you're a public servant or not.
Oh no, your day-to-day life. But I'm just saying, anybody that's getting in there, we were deprived of being able to interview people that were running for office. We weren't able to ask them questions.
Right.
We were hiring these people to represent us. We were deprived of that as Republicans. What was it? The Westcliff Institute came to town.
And part of that, and part of it's just the Republican Party, the people that are running the Republican Party now.
Absolutely.
Lisa Kidwell.
Yeah. So we're not going to stand for that anymore. You guys think, oh, they're gone. We're good to go. No. You have no idea.
When you want to get a debate between Lucas and
Vogelsong or
what was her name?
oh yeah. Vicky
Nicholson.
Vicky Nicholson. Yeah.
Yeah, and they basically the Republican Party wouldn't let them do it.
That's asinine.
It is, and why? Right? Because you have your own agenda,
Absolutely. You already got your boy.
and that's
the thing that's in my craw, and it's coming up. And I'm working my ass off and saving my money and buying some time. When the time's right, I get to come back and go, wait a minute. And Jordy will be on board with the Wet Mountain Trib to publish it. We'll have the podcast. George with the Sentinel will be on board to expose this madness. We're going to get back to debates. We're going to get back to discussing the issues.
So when Andrew Zeller is
Then we're going to hold you to it.
when everybody's at the last election, and Andrew Zeller was going to capitulate to Joey Anderson, and Lisa wouldn't let him.
Oh no, Lisa bowed up. She was like,
and that's where you and I were slow on the trigger, because we should have bowed up right then and said, well, we want it the other way. So they kind of beat us to the punch there.
Well, and here again, I'm going to be rude. I'm going to be forward. I'm going to be like my forefathers that built this country. So get ready, because I'm not backing up. But there's never going to be another one of these things where, you got to be nice. No, the republic's at stake. Our county's at. So I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to be as nice as I can be, using my First Amendment and explaining where we're at and exposing different things. But if we don't have the debates, if we don't have people that can run, that are qualified, that are educated, not somebody that has some kind of hidden agenda and it's getting shooed in there, because I do believe Polis has a lot of power. through the GOP up here.
Well, and
I think they're a bunch of money compromisers.
I don't disagree, but I will say this is that it's a lot more widespread than just Colorado. There's a reason why they call them rhinos, folks. Republican in name only, right?
Republican in name only, rhino.
Look at them all.
Man, I'm telling you.
All they have is their own personal interest involved.
Yeah, so anyways, we got to reel that all in. We got to get back to principles. We got to get back to the Republic. And it starts with the education in the school. Yeah,
it starts with education for yourself.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, absolutely in the school. When we're talking, we're teaching kids, oh, you might be a little girl. You know, if I got a kid and some silly bastard says that and plants a seed of whatever that is, I'm going to have a problem with you, like you can't even believe.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm
going to have a problem like you can't believe.
There isn't a bigger problem.
Gee, many Christmas.
There really isn't. I mean, you're basically trying to convince someone to mutilate themselves.
And then to hate the country. When the school is saying, look, this country's bad, we need to hate the country, that's the kind of mentality that's out there now. I mean, you couldn't get that many people to vote for Biden and Harris. You couldn't get that many people being in parades and whatnot without all of that perversion and rebellion, without the school system and the media.
And the money. The money is what fuels it all, right? I mean...
And that's what we've cut off. Trump shut that money down.
If we were all broke and poor like
me?
Yeah, like we are, right? I mean,
I'm telling you.
We're surviving, but we're damn sure not.
We're not
running around organizing these no king parties, right?
No kings.
So, I mean, that's what kind of maybe keeps us in line. I mean, we have to stay in line because there's no other way around it, right? I mean, we can't.
Well, there's things that make strong individuals that fit in a republic. There's things that make weak individuals that don't fit in a republic. In a republic, you carry your own water. In a constitutional republic, it's not a democracy. Oh, it's democracy. No, it's not. It's a everybody's under the law. We all have the same environment. We all have the same amount of time. We have the same amount of opportunity. You know, oh, I lost. I need a trophy. No, you don't. You need to try harder next time.
Yeah.
I lost. I need a trophy. Oh, my little daughter's feelings are hurt. We got to give her something. Yeah, absolutely. Let her lick her wounds and grow up and say, hey, I'm going to try harder next time. But when you baby somebody and you weaken them and you spoil them, that's, I don't even know how bad that, that's about as bad as it gets. And then you have a school teacher that's never had a job, never left school, been in school their whole life in teaching kids. Not that they didn't have a home outside of school. And some teachers are very good and they bring that salt and that character to their teaching. But some of these people, they don't have a clue on, they're just teaching what they're being taught and mimicking that. And they've never been off the government tit. There's always taxpayers' money. It's always coming in. Taxpayers' money is already money that's been earned. Somebody had to go out and take a risk and make profit. And that's what irritates me about these politicians up here in Custer County. You guys devalue that. You think it's all just free money now that the money's running out. And we told you, the money's going to run out. Money's run out now. Now the chickens are coming home to roost.
I did read something in the paper about how good we have 13 ambassadors or something to help chip the wood. And then Vocal Song was telling me they burned the brakes right off the chipper. It's too asinine. Whoever's driving the truck don't even know enough about what they're doing that they burn the brakes right off of it.
See, the public wouldn't do that. An individual wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, because they can't.
But when it's not your stuff and you just guaranteed a government paycheck, you don't give a shit. That's socialism, and
Yeah,
that's
you
the
don't
bullshit
care.
that we're talking about.
Plus, you don't know no better either. You're
ignorant.
You are. I mean,
If it's your money, though, you're paying attention.
You don't get into a position like that if you're a really highly skilled technical person because you're out there working for yourself.
You'd already be making your own money.
Yep.
So now you just got dumb, dumber, and dumbest. And it starts with the leadership up here.
I mean, that's what they talk about in India, too. I mean, there's a lot of people in India. What do they say? The dumbest people are the ones that run the government. All the smart people are the ones that are
already in
doctors and
right.
all that stuff. Because there's
Absolutely.
some smart cookies over there, but not in the government.
Not in the government. Anyways, I don't know what time it's getting to go, but I've got milk running out my ears. I got to milk that cow again. Oh, it's right at 8. So yeah. Anyways, got a lot of milk. Got about 20 gallons stacked up. So ice cream next week. We're gonna eat it right here in front of you. And Steve just gives me a bunch of crap about it.
We got a Yeti and Bigfoot's coming on too.
Yeti and Bigfoot will have. No ice cream for Steve again. But we did make
Bigfoot ate it all.
Exactly. We did make some mozzarella, and we shared it at just the employees on their day off. And they enjoyed it. I was happy to see that they liked it. So I'll go home and milk the cow, and then probably get geared up and make some more cheese and a bunch of butter. And then as soon as I get the maple syrup, I'll make the ice cream.
Man, he had me going with the cantaloupe ice cream. I've never
Oh, the
tried
cantaloupe ice cream is off the map. And Indian Joe is going down. He's picking up the peppers, and he's going to get some cantaloupes from down wherever that is, Rocky Ford.
Yeah, I don't think that the Rocky Ford cantaloupes are ready yet. They'd probably be
Yeah, I think he's another couple weeks before he goes down. But when he goes down,
imported
it's time.
cantaloupe that you get right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they're at down there.
I don't think they're ready till September.
Could very well be.
Still got like another month and a half. I mean,
I don't know.
I know they ain't ready. They take
there you go.
Take
100
like
days?
120 days. Yeah, they ain't ready yet. Not around this part of the world.
I'm gonna have to call down there and see what they got going on.
Bigfoot.
Yeti.
So, yeah, if you need to get out of here, Jimmy is good. Once again, we appreciate everybody that donated to the fireworks.
And the donations can start now, right? For next year?
Yeah, I mean, everything is in place. Everything, it's The Mortarmen, THE, The Mortarmen, right? On Facebook. You got the QR codes. You got the GoFundMe. You can go buy Kirkpatrick Bank. Drop it right off into the... One thing that I would say, though, is if you're going to do that, it would be nice if you would let one of us know. In particular, Josh and Brian take care of that a lot more than I do. I mean, because they have public business. They're open for business to the public.
You're private sector.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm out at the ranch doing stuff, and I mean, but if you make a decent donation, right? It's a tax deductible. So, but we can't give you a tax deduction slip if we don't know who you were or how much you donated.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would help if you're going to make a decent donation if you would
get with them.
Yeah. Or, I guess we should probably. I mean, I don't know if we can make something at the bank where they knew. I mean, that's almost a privacy.
Yep.
Privacy violation too, right? So I really don't know that the bank.
I don't know the particulars on it myself. I just know that there is a procedure that can happen.
Yeah, because I don't think the bank can just tell us exactly what it is. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, it'd just be easier to let us know what you want to do, and that way.
Absolutely.
If it's a small amount, it's not as big a deal. But if you're going to dump 1,000 or a couple thousand or something like that, I mean,
yeah, you need some kudos, and you need a tax write-off.
Might as well put it to the mortarman instead of having to pay it to the machine that's just going to waste it. So give it to some sex change in Uganda or whatever the hell it is.
Good Lord, boy, there's enough of that waste and fraud and all that happy crap. And
so,
anyways.
Yep, Dane Wigington, folks, geoengineeringwatch.org, right? That's where a lot of this weather manipulation is on that. Alex Jones is another really good
wealth of information. I mean, he just has been watching this go down forever. So
Absolutely.
with all that being said, till next week, folks, have a good evening. Thanks.
Thanks.